Hello and welcome to today's video. I have reviewed a number of inks from Octopus Fluids over the last couple of years, and I've shown a bunch as well, and today we're looking at one of those again. We're looking at Unicorn. So this comes from the Octopus Fluids Sheening ink series. And this is a series of inks. I think they initially released 6 and they've since added another 6 to that. This is from the original set. And they are brightly colored, vibrant, highly saturated, highly concentrated inks that also sheen. So you can see here it says fountain pen ink sky blue with pink sheen, and that's Unicorn. This is the bottle it comes in. It's a standard 30ml Octopus Fluids bottle, and I really like the bottle. It's very practical for the most part. It's got a nice label on it, plastic cap, all of that. And yes, so we're going to look at this ink on a range of different kinds of paper today, and I'll give some thoughts. So this is the ink on a colouring card, and you can see when I tilt it into the light there, and this is all under natural light, that we have a beautiful vibrant pink copper red sheen. It's a very nice colour of sheen. If you are a sheen ink lover, this falls into that mid category of sheening inks. You know, you've got inks like, for an example, Robert Oster Fire and Ice, which will sheen as a halo, so you get a little bit around the edge of where it pulls. You'll get inks that are the extreme of that, like Organic Studio Nitrogen Blue, which you basically only see the sheen, you don't actually see the base colour. And then you get inks like this in the middle there, where you get a good hit of sheen in the writing, but you can still see that beautiful underlying blue. Okay, here is the ink on Tomo River paper. You can see, once again, that beautiful, rich, sort of vibrant blue is very nice. I had it in 2 pens, the TWSBI Go Broad and the TWSBI Go Extra Fine. These TWSBI Go's are great for high sheening inks. High sheening inks are basically highly concentrated inks. They take a lot to clean. You know, there's a lot of the dye in these inks to make them sheen like this. So I generally don't put them in things like my backfilling pens because they become very difficult to clean and take a lot of effort. Whereas the TWSBI Go is a simple sort of pump action piston and cleans very, very easily. You can see there once again that lovely sheen on the swatch. And if we look at the water test here, it has moved the ink around a lot. So what I do is I put water down, I let it sit there for a bit, and then I dry it up with paper towel. You can see it's moved a lot of it around. It's because it's highly concentrated. So you're basically rehydrating the pigment or the dye on the page when you do that. The ink looks great in both nibs. In the finer nib, you get a bit more of the brighter, vibrant blue, and in the wetter, broad nib, you get much more of the sheen, and it's absolutely beautiful. But even in that extra fine, I'm not sure if the camera is going to pick it up, but there's definitely big hits of sheen here as well. Now, this ink for this 30ml bottle retails for €14.95 or 20 US, depending on where you get it. The prices will change a little bit depending on different retailers, but that is sort of like one of the standard prices that I have seen for this ink. Let's now look at it on some other paper. So here it is on the most basic student notepad paper, and you can see there's no sheen coming up on here. Like nitrogen blue from Organic Studios would sheen on this paper. It sheens on a tissue. So this is that, as I said, that mid-level of sheen, but we get beautiful, lovely color of that sort of almost tealy, turquoisey blue. It's beautiful there. And on the reverse of that page, yes, it comes through a little bit. These are not gentle inks by nature of what they are, but not too bad, all things considered. And then on another non-fountain pen friendly paper, this is Office sort of 80 GSM copy paper. No sheen, again, that beautiful vibrant blue showing up nicely. It's not the wettest ink. It sort of has a, I wouldn't say a tacky feel, but it's certainly not like a gushy wet ink. You can definitely feel that it is a highly concentrated ink on the page. And on the reverse of this page, you can still see a lot of bleeding, but this is definitely not fountain pen friendly paper. So as you can see, most inks will bleed through at some degree. And then here I have it on Rhodia 80 GSM paper. This is considered fountain pen friendly paper. We're getting more of that sheen. There's a big hit of sheen in the swatch over here. Once again, they're not, it's kind of showing up. It's in the writing as well, but not as much. But, you know, it is showing up, but we're getting a lovely, lovely reflection of that beautiful blue. Once again, the water test does the same thing, and the reverse of this page, swatch and water test have come through, but the writing hasn't at all. So on good fountain pen friendly paper, or any fountain pen friendly paper, these inks perform beautifully. On non-fountain pen friendly paper, you're not going to access the benefits of this ink, which in this respect is that sheen, and you will get some, bleed and feather. As I said, I have looked at 3 of these inks, and so these are the 3 Sheening inks that I looked at. So I've got Sea Serpent, which is a beautiful rich dark blue with a very lovely copper sheen. We've got Dragon, which is like a petrol green sort of color with, once again, big hit of red sheen. And then we've got Unicorn, that sort of more vibrant turquoise blue with the big red pink sheen. So these are lovely inks. They look great. This is like the 52 GSM Tomo River paper, so you're getting lots of that sheen, but really, really lovely. So we'll do a quick color comparison. I'm going to show it alongside a standard blue, so Waterman Serenity Blue, and then I'm going to show it alongside a few other blues. So I've got a couple of Monteverdes here, which we've got Capri Blue, which is a lot more of that vibrant sort of sea blue. So you can see just how that sort of slightly tealy undercolor. It's not green, but it's not a bright, vibrant blue. And there's a darker, vibrant blue, which is Monteverde Horizon Blue there. Another Sheening ink that has a lot in common with it is Endless Alchemy's Candy Sea. These inks are quite similar. They both have that tealy sheen, undertone to the more vibrant blue, and they're big hits of pink sheen. And then 2 other standard blue, lighter blues that I like with a bit of sheen. Iroshizuku Konpeki, which sheens there, and True Blue by Robert Oster, and here you can see sort of more of that, like what I would consider the halo sheening as opposed to more blanket sort of style sheening. So you see where that color family lives, and I think it's a very nice color. Okay, so what are my thoughts? Well, firstly, I think this ink is a nice base color. That nice sort of tealy turquoise blue I really appreciate. I like the sheen on this. I'm not a big sheening sort of fan. Like, I don't go out of my way to use sheening inks, but this one, is quite nice. It is on the pricier end, even for Octopus Fluids. It's not a budget ink, but you're getting like a specialty ink in the fact that it is a high sheening ink for that. There are a couple of little things to be aware of. Firstly, yes, that cleaning, that is going to be an issue. You have to make sure you put this in pens that you can clean easily. These highly concentrated inks do take just a little bit more effort. Now, there was no staining. There was nothing like that. So you can use it with, in those pens, as I have found at least, but it will take just a little bit more effort to clean. And it's one of those inks that a little bit goes a long way. So even if there's a little bit left in the pen, you're still going to get quite, a concentrated amount of water in the pen. The other thing is that it does have a slightly, as I said, tacky feel. It's not that it's not a smooth flowing ink. It just feels a little bit more viscous. And that's also something to be aware of. And the other thing is that the dry time on this ink is quite long. These high sheening inks often take it quite a while to dry, and while once it's dried, you're not getting a whole lot of smudging or anything like that. It does take quite a while to dry. Like I think I had to leave one of my swatches, either this or the coloring card, to dry overnight. So yeah, it did take quite a while, but that's part and parcel with this style of ink. So I think this is a great color. It's a really interesting ink, and I think Octopus Fluids do wonderful things. I love their standard inks. I love their Baroque inks. Their write and draw inks are great, and these Sheening inks are really fantastic too. So thank you for watching this Inky Minutes quick review of Unicorn by Octopus Fluids. I hope you found it interesting and useful. Please like and subscribe and hit the notifications button, all of that kind of stuff. If you've got products you think I should be looking at, I would really love to hear from you. It's your support that makes this channel possible. And of course, a massive thank you to Octopus Fluids for providing a range of inks to me to review. Their support has made these videos possible, and I am so grateful for the support they've shown me over the last few years by providing bits and pieces. So a big thank you to them. I will link to their website and a couple of retailers just down below. So in the meantime, enjoy your inks, enjoy writing, and I'll talk to you soon.